Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the JCs for hosting it. Thank you everyone for listening to all of us. Rick Dykstra and I differ fundamentally on this entire debate. He thinks everything's fine. I, on the other hand, know he's wrong. I know things can get better in St. Catharines. We move forward together or we don't move forward at all. We need to build an economy that works for everyone, not just the wealthiest, and we can build a brighter future for St. Catharines. The Harper decade has been a failure. We cannot afford to continue on this path that we've been on for the last 10 years. Being an MP is more about representing your local community and advocating on their behalf than it is going to Ottawa and keeping your mouth shut while the Prime Minister's office pushes you around. We are the only party with a realistic plan to stimulate the economy both across Canada and right here at home. We are the only party committed to social and economic responsibility, and we are the only party committed to opening the doors for all of Canada to see. Please, on October 19th, get out and vote. The Liberal Party is ready. We're ready to bring real change to St. Catharines. Thank you so much.
I believe that this election is, and what the question should be asking each and every one of us who sits on the stage is, how are you going to represent this local community, our community, when you get to Ottawa? And one of the things that I saw before when I ran in 2005 and 2006 was the inability for an individual as a member of Parliament to have influence into the government to be able to draw and deliver on behalf of their community. Over the last 10 years, we have seen our community strengthen in terms of its resources. We have seen our community strengthen in terms of its input, and we've seen the Niagara region play an important role on the political landscape in our nation's capital. That didn't come from being quiet in Ottawa. It came from making a lot of noise. It came from negotiating. It came from presenting plans that were partnerships with local companies, with local businesses, with local municipal governments, and with the regional governments. That is how we have strengthened our community. And yes, we have more to do, and yes, we can grow more. But the fact is, we are on the right track, and I believe that that partnership and the strength of local community, making sure you're representing it, is what makes it happen here in our community.
Thank you.
I want to thank everybody for being here, and I also want to thank our hosts again for having us. This debate thing is getting really exhausting, I have to tell you, because we've had, I think, 5, and by the end of the week we'll have 8, I think, at the end of it. We've got 2 more coming and another one next week, 3 more. But having said that, it's entertaining to watch how the Liberals and the Conservatives banter back and forth, banter back and forth. We have great input. I'm so happy to see Saleh here because it's a true sign of democracy when we have all parties. That I was asked to run as the NDP candidate because I know as a social activist in my community and a community activist and a true worker to all causes for diversity, for equity, I am going to give the best shot I can at doing this. My job here today was not to try to sell my platform, but to sell you guys to me. I need to get this job and I want to work for you. Thank you.
Again, I think one of the crowd sort of refrain from heckling. Mr. Fannon.
For me. Thanks to the Nitso family, thanks very much, and I just want to point out, Rick has climbed the political ladder in his party and gained the trust of the Prime Minister, so Chris, the only place he's getting pushed is off the Prime Minister's lap. Everyone knows that. Tuition fees, we reduced, eliminate them by 2020, forgive all debt over $10,000, eliminate student loans, interest on student loans, scrap the first past the post system in favor of mixed member proportional. We want to see real action on climate change. No one's talking about the environment up here. This is a dire situation. We're frying on this planet. Our kids are sicker than they ever have been. We're losing our ecosystems one after another and nobody seems to be getting it. We don't have an economy without an environment. So we need to get rolling on that. We'd stop the tankers off the west coast. We oppose every pipeline because they're dangerous and dirty and they're going to blow up. And Conservative Canada today said, oil is organic. The earth just soaks it up. That kind of ignorance is no place in politics. So I would ask you to, I don't care who you vote for, just consider voting green. Thank you so much.
Waziruddin.
I'd like to congratulate the JCs on having the first debate in this riding that includes all the parties. If you think that that's made it a better debate, please clap your hands and please let the other debate organizers know that your cable company or newspaper shouldn't be the one deciding for the voters who you hear from. The difference between my party, the Communist Party, and the other parties is that while the other parties are trying to get businesses to invest through being nice to them, the businesses aren't investing. Bank of Canada governor said they're sitting on hundreds of millions of dollars. That's because the economy isn't doing well. They're not going to make a profit. What the Communist Party says is if they're not going to invest, the public sector should invest. That's really the way forward here. And if you think that voting communist is going to be a waste, let me tell you, the loudest message you can send to the big corporations who are running us to the ground, who are not looking out for our interest, is by voting communist. A few hundred communist votes will speak a lot louder than a few thousand votes for any of the other parties.
Let's hear it for our candidates. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to give a big thank you to everyone who came tonight. Thank you for your time and your energy, and an even bigger thank you to our candidates. You know, it's difficult getting up here and speaking in front of everyone. We really appreciate your time. Thanks again to Innovate Niagara, to Heart of Niagara, and to The Sound. You can pick up your free copy on the table there on your way out. It's the New Arts and Culture magazine here in Niagara. This has been a passionate evening. We thank you each. On behalf of JCI St. Catharines, I hope that if you leave here tonight with one thing, it is that on October 19th, you get out there and vote. Who knows where this is? In your home. Find out. If you don't know where your polling station is, go to elections.ca. And this weekend are the advanced voting days. So if this convinced you, make sure you get out there and vote this weekend. Thanks everyone. Have a great night.
Thank you. Nice to be with you.